What's going on, guys? It is your boy Kaliba. Welcome back to my YouTube channel as I bring you a brand new video with a brand new topic. And today we're going to be talking about support and resistance related to Forex market. Remember, right now I'm only posting Forex content, which is what you guys have been asking for. So, right now I'm going to be discussing why support and resistance is critical when it comes to Forex market, why that's the basic thing, why it's the it thing, and most people take this very lightly and they don't take support and resistance very seriously. It might sound so simple, like a simple concept, or I don't know, a thing to do, but if you don't take it seriously and you don't do it right, then it's going to be a problem. So that's why I'm making this video today, so that you can be able to identify what is the support, what is the resistance, where you should draw your support, where you should draw your resistance. Now, there's different types of support and resistance as well. We have the big resistance, we have a small resistance. There's a big support, we have a small support as well. Um, and we have what we call a trend line, and we don't just name them trend lines. It's a trend line with a name. It needs to have a support or resistance. So there's a trend line support, trend line resistance. We'll get into all of that later on, but for now, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and comment down below. Let me know what you think about this support and resistance video. Should I get into more detailed uh, video talking about support and resistance, or this was just good enough? So be sure to leave those comments down below. Make sure you subscribe, click that red button, and like the video. YouTube likes it when you just click on that blue or that gray like thumbs up button. So without wasting more time, let's just jump straight into the video. All right, guys. So, like I said, support and resistance. I prefer you draw your support and resistance on a bigger time frame. A bigger time frame can be anything like 4 hours daily chart, maybe even 1 hour. That's doable. So what you can do is mainly come to this section right there. As you can see, you have your trend line and you have your horizontal line. You don't, you're not gonna mainly use the vertical line, but if you feel like it, then you can use it. But I don't see the case of using it. So first things first, I prefer you zoom out completely, and once you have zoomed out, at least you can see. We're looking for points where the market has previously touched before, and those points I'm looking for. This point, okay, let me change the color to black. Right. So we're looking for this point, and this point, even this point, that point. You know, you just keep on highlighting points where the market has touched more than once. A place that has been touched by the market once, you can name that place a support or resistance. In this case, this was a strong resistance. Let me make this a bit thick. In the previous days or years, when was this? This was 2009, 2019, last year. So what's happening here is you can see the market has touched this level more than once. This is one, two, almost touched that time, almost touched for the fourth time, but this time it did touch, and this time around it tested this thing as a support, not a resistance. Remember, let me give you a hint. Whatever is below the current market, that's a resistance. No, 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 no. Whatever is below the current market, that's a support. And whatever is above the current market, that's a resistance. What do I mean by current? I mean this part. So this line is below this part right there. So this is a support. And if I was to draw a trend line or a horizontal line right here, this becomes this level. What am I doing? This level or this line becomes a resistance. So anything that's below the current market, that's a support. And anything above the current market, that's a resistance. So that's how simple you can spot these things out. So with that being said, you zoom out if you feel like. If you don't feel like zooming out, then it's all good. All you have to do is just to zoom back in, and any place or any part that the market has touched more than once, you know that's your support or resistance. If this is not good enough, you can just simply drop to 1 hour, and as you can see here, the market has been touching. uh, okay, the market has touched for a couple of times. um, this is my resistance level, guys. Market touched here once, twice, 3 times, you can say, and it's about to touch it. Actually, it's touching for the fourth time. So it will make sense why we have to sell this market. So that's your resistance level, guys. This should be the shortest video I've made about Forex. And now when it comes to your support, it's quite simple as well. Come to your horizontal line, you add this line right there. Why is this my support level? Simply because it has touched once, twice, and the third time. Hopefully when it comes down, it will touch for the fourth time and maybe even go back up. Remember, guys, the market does not mind to play around this level for as long as it wants. We do not move the market moves itself, or it's being moved by the guys that we all know as market makers. But yes, the market moves the way it wants to. All you have to know is just how to identify these points, how to identify your support and resistance. So a support and resistance is a place that has been touched twice by the market, or even more than twice. So this was the first try, this was the second, which this started to validate this level as a support, and this third try was another confirmation. Same applies with the resistance. This was the first try. Second try confirmed the resistance. Third try, then you had to take your trades for yourself. Even the fourth one, and now it's coming for the fifth try. So you can either take yourselves right there and relax. So basically, that's it, guys, with your support and resistance, and that's a horizontal type of support and resistance. We also have a trending support and resistance. Now, I'll use a smaller time frame, for example, with the trending support or resistance. Now, this is what we call a trend line, right? This is what we call a trend line. And with this trend line right here, this is a support trend line. Remember the strategy I gave you. I said anything that's below the current market, it's a support. So this is the current market, and the current market is above this line, and this line is below the current market. So this line is a support level. All right. So since this is a support, it's a support trend line. We need to find a resistance trend line, and for us to find that, it's quite simple. Just put in another line like this. It's a line that needs to be touched more than once. Same principles still apply. Um, you can put in the line in any way you like, as long as it makes sense to you. So this is another line. This is a resistance, guys, simply because this line is above the candlesticks. This line is above the candlesticks. So this line is what we call a resistance, and this one is what we call a support. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And this is what we call a uptrend. Now, what's the support and resistance? Trending support and resistance for a downtrend should look something like this. Should look like something like this. Now, let me show you. This is a resistance simply because it's above the market, it's above the candlesticks. And this is a support simply because it's below the candlesticks. So anything that's below the candlesticks is a support, and anything that's above the candlesticks, that's a resistance. It makes sense. It should make sense. It's quite simple. So this is a support, and this is a resistance. So same applies here, and this is a support. So this is how simple Forex is, guys. As long as you know where your support is, where your resistance is, and you know that you need at least two minimum points to confirm a trend, and you need two minimum points to confirm a support or resistance. So that's how simple this video should be, and don't try and complicate this thing. There's no perfect line. As long as you have 2 points that are meeting each other, then you have your support and you have your resistance. So with that being said, please drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Was it helpful? Do you want me to make more videos like this? Get into more depth, detailed video talking about support and resistance. And yeah, I hope this video was quite helpful for you guys. This is like the most simplest thing. It might sound so simple, but take it seriously. It will help you in your journey in Forex market. I've seen many people think they know support and resistance, but in actual reality, they do not know support and resistance. So try and watch this video more than once, more than twice, until you get to understand it. With that being said, it was your boy Khaliba, and I'm out. Peace.